Oh, hello everyone. I thought I'd just do a podcast today. It's the 28th of February, the end of the month. And I think all this selling on the crypto market is because of end of month, just profit taking. And I do believe the month of March will be a very, very good month. If you don't know who I am, my name's Crypto Granny. I run a crypto education business, portfolio investment business and trading business. And I teach people how to set up trading portfolios, whether they're investment portfolios, trading portfolios, staking portfolios, and that sort of thing, with all the risk metrics. I've been in markets for well over 40 years, in all markets, fiat markets and cryptocurrency. So I thought I'd just do a 28th of February podcast, simply because it is the end of the month, and we are seeing end of month selling in the equity market, in risk markets, as well as cryptocurrency markets. So let's just quickly start with the news, and then we'll go through the real volumes and all this sort of thing, trading signals, what the social media is talking about today, and look at some of our investment coins and trading coins at the moment. So today we've got a story. MoneyGram's revenue has been decreasing after they said that they weren't using Ripple technology. Now, in my previous podcast, I've been talking about how incredible Binance Smart Chain is. It will take down Ethereum. It's a direct competitor of Ethereum. Ethereum's fees are just so over the top expensive, and honestly, they just cannot keep going with these fees, seriously. And this is what's killing them, okay? The Ethereum fees. Now, if you do look at Ethereum fees, you'll see that they're extremely high. If you go to crypto fees, Ethereum in 1 day's fees have made 13,786. 7-day average, they've made 27.025 mil. And that's specifically because of the miners. The miners cherry pick fees. They validate and transact, obviously transactions on the Ethereum proof of work network, and it is a real problem, and the miners are costing people a fortune. The average deal being done on Ethereum when it's really busy is about $383. On Uniswap, which is sitting on Ethereum, is about the same, so it's terrible. If you look at Binance, the fees are less than about $30 or $20 or something like that. It's actually even less than that. So for 1 day's fees on Binance, just over 101,000 compared to Ethereum of 13.786 million. And on average, a 7-day average is about 83,000 for Binance, and Ethereum's well over 27 million. So you can see the problem. Now, Ethereum Maximalists have come out under a heap of fire for promoting a token called Tiananmen Massacre themed token issued on Binance Smart Chain contract. It's called the Tanks of Tiananmen, and in Tiananmen Square, if you don't know the history of it, 1989, the people of China in that area retaliated against the communist government, and it was young people standing in front of tanks, waving flags and everything in front of big tanks, and there was one young fellow that did that. A lot of people were killed there, and honestly, it's a very distasteful thing that supposedly the Ethereum Maximalists have done by putting a token on there and calling it that, because it really, people died, and it's pretty bad. And it also smacks of racism, seriously. So I really think it is bad, really not very professional of them, and lacks incredible integrity. I have to say, I just think it's a pretty disgusting thing to do. But anyway, that's what they've done. Look, Binance Smart Chain contract is killing them, seriously. And Ethereum won't survive in the next 2 years if they don't go to proof of stake quickly. And that's going to be a real problem, because the miners don't really want to have to reduce their revenues. They're making a fortune, and it just doesn't make Ethereum's network plausible. It's more expensive than banks, and that's just a joke to do a transaction on a bank, okay? So we've seen the crypto market come down this Sunday. Today is Sunday, about 5 o'clock in the Netherlands, in Holland, Amsterdam, where I am, Amsterdam. And basically, it's not a great story of what Ethereum did. So if we look at it, the Maxims, it's turned ugly. People are, really not very pleased with their insensitive attack on Binance Smart Chain, and it's not a very nice story to do something like that, I have to say. So what else are we finding today? Ethereum's underperforming Binance and Bitcoin, which is understandable. Grayscale, for their trust, have accumulated 179,000 of Litecoin in the last 28 days, which I thought was quite interesting as well. And that works out to be about 30 million roughly. Canadia's Bitcoin ETFs have cooled down with their explosive launch, but they've done an amazing amount of people come in and bought the EFT, the exchange for difference contract, okay? And that's a great thing because it's actually a fund and they actually invest in that fund. Ethereum's trust basically has been it's been slipping and it's gone very negative just recently on the Ethereum trust that Grayscale actually manages, and it doesn't surprise me because I think Ethereum will continue to underperform. What we've seen the last day, 24 hours, is that whales have shifted something like 7K of Bitcoin, which is 333 million. And some people are starting to sell, but I think it's just silly because, we know there's a lot of corporate money coming to this market, heaps of it, and it's just going to get bigger and bigger and bigger, okay? So, I think that's something to keep in mind. Corporate treasuries are getting out of cash and they're going into cryptocurrency, and we're seeing it all over the world at the moment. And I just don't believe that cryptocurrency will fall off like a rock because there's only about 106 million globally invested in cryptocurrency out of 7.7 billion. The market is very new. It's very cheap compared to the other fiat markets like interest rate markets and equity markets. Now, interest rates in the US have been going up quite a bit. If you look at about 6 months ago, the 10-year bond rate was about 0.4. It's currently at 1.41. It did get up to about 1.58. And we're also seeing interest rates in Australia increasing quite substantially at 1.74. And that premium, the Australian 10-year bond rate has a premium over the US bond rate, and that's coming back to normalisation. In the olden days, it used to be about 150 points over the US bond rate. And previous to that, it's actually been inverse, which is interesting. Now, if we go to continue looking at more news on ukcrypto.com news, it's a really good site. They continue to talk about Ethereum, okay? And Binance CEO has pointed out that Ethereum's success might be its own killer. He compares Ethereum to MySpace, which failed after it could not handle the load due to demand. Ethereum 2 is years away, and this could be the ultimate Ethereum killer. C said, who's Chang Zhangpeng, who from Binance, the founder and CEO of Binance, further defended the Binance Smart Chain by saying it's not the Ethereum killer, but it says, we offer a lot that Ethereum can do, but we offer it in a better story and much cheaper, okay? It can be seen as being, akin to Ethereum, but many people will find it as pretty much a competitor to Ethereum, and I believe that will be because of the delay of Ethereum going to Ethereum version 2. CZ from Binance says it's a very much an Ethereum version 1.8, but Ethereum has not got to Ethereum version 2, okay? And that is the biggest problem, and it's costing people a fortune that are actually trading or doing anything on Ethereum, okay? So it's a real big problem. Now, also, Robinhood was fined by FINRA, 26.6 million. We do find that the SEC is out there finding people. The still thing with Ripple is still tied up. It looks like it's going to be in early March when there's something else happening as well. So keep that in mind. Crypto exchange Crypteria, which has been hacked in New Zealand, it fell over, has been hacked again. And the coins that they were going to send out to people, which is not all their coins, it's been hacked twice already. And it just, I don't know what's going on over there, but it's just making it even worse for people that had money, who had money on Cryptoteria in New Zealand. So also keep in mind, Ethereum's got this debate at the moment. They want the miners to basically reduce their fees, and it doesn't look like they will, okay? And the miners, basically, it means that if they launched EIP 1559, it means the miners would have to reduce their fees by 30%. And the miners don't want to do that because you can appreciate they're making a fortune. So, Vitalik, the founder of Ethereum, has basically said we might have to do a hard fork, which is not going to be a great story for Ethereum because we know what happens with forks. Forks never last. They never perform like the original coin, and you just don't get the volume going through or the tradability on the forks, okay? And that's not a great story at all. So let's look further through the news. basically Binance CEO says Ethereum is for the rich guys, and I agree with him. Seriously, why would you want to go on Ethereum and it's going to cost you $350 US? If you convert that to Australian, it's like $500 just for, just pretty much for, to trade on Ethereum, and I don't want to do that. So it just seems absolutely ridiculous that should be the case. So if we go to the latest news on crypto, it says Bitcoin falls by 5.8%. There's 11% sell-off in XRP. We know about the whales. We know about Crypteria. We know that, Ethereum's really, really going through a big bad hole at the moment with its costs, its mining costs, which is not great. We know Binance Smart Chain is doing more volume than Uniswap. It is a great story, seriously, and it just gets bigger and bigger, and that's why I love the Binance coin, and I think it'll do incredibly well this year. And I've said to my clients to buy it in their investment portfolio. Okay, so it's a pretty good story. Now, also there's a story here, Damien Hirst creates work that can be purchased in cryptocurrency, which is fantastic. That's a very well-known artist. And more people are getting into crypto. Even the artists are getting into it. Also, there was a piece of artwork sold the other day, Beeple. It sold for $6.6 million, and it was about the ex-President Trump. So, not the ex, but he's not the president anymore. So, it's a pretty good story, when you look at what's coming. And I think it's going to be great going forward in this market, because the market valuation, market cap's about 1.4, which we'll discuss as well. So let's go and have a look at all that now. There's not a lot to add. The market's down, about 5 to 15% at the moment. But I think come March, it will be a different story indeed. So if we go to, let's just have a look at live crypto today, live coin watch. We've got market cap at 1.383 trillion. Now, when it got up to its highs, it was about 1.9 trillion or 2. Volumes at 65 billion. Liquidities at 2.3 billion. And Bitcoin dominance, interestingly enough, has come down 58.71. When I looked at this on Friday, it was 60.5%. And that's quite interesting. I think that dominance will come down to 55 very, very quickly. If we look at real volume, Tether was 20.07 bill, Bitcoin 8.87 bill, Ethereum down, had volume of 5.67, Cardano 3.79, Binance Coin 1.66, Polkadot 1.08, and so forth. And the market is down quite a bit here today, but I do think, as I said to you, I do think it'll, get back up there in the next week or two. I think this is just, money, basically profitability taking. And it could be because some people have year ends in February. I'm not sure, for tax reasons. But, there's a lot of reasons why this market is down today. And it's across all boards, DeFi, platforms, smart contract platforms, the top, 50, the top 100, and that sort of thing as well. So we do see that. If we go to our trading portfolio thing, we do find that for bullish, we basically, with momentum trading, 150 bullish against 834 bearish. Now, we've never seen it that high before. So everything is pretty bearish at this time. If we go to Luna, the social media, what are they talking about today? They said that Bitcoin extends retreats from its record high, and it's done it fairly quickly. It does talk about the Litecoin being bought up by Grayscale, who are a big cryptocurrency fund manager, and they have 40 billion under assets under management. It's talking about, Ethereum. Ethereum doesn't look great when we talk about Binance and that sort of thing. If we look at the social media, what the coins and tokens are talking about today, the first 10 is Origin Protocol, NEM, Mithril, Tether, Binance US, Zinfin Network, Day, True US Dollars, Polygon, which is previously Matic, which has done very well, and QWERTY Coin, which I think is interesting. If we look at our own investment portfolio, it's down today about 12% overall. And, the market's come off quite a bit to where it was, pretty much from about the 22nd or 21st of February, and then it's come down to the 8th, back to the 28th. So I just think it's simply because people are selling to take profits and to reestablish in March. even though the technicals don't look very good at the moment. We just have to wait and see. So we did find the equity markets overnight were also down, risk markets. We found the US dollars 106.54 because interest rates in the US are rising. We found gold down, which is unusual, and silver down, and oil down as well. There was a strike in the Middle East, and oil went up. But the markets risk off at the moment because yields are rising quite dramatically in the US, and that's not good for risk markets per se. Okay, so we just have to look at the market very closely in our technicals and see what we actually believe what's going to happen. But we do know there is a raft of money coming, a hell of a lot of money coming, more and more and more this year. And honestly, I can only be bullish this market up until the end of the year, because I just think there is so much money coming into this market from corporate treasuries and the world. It is going to be very, very positive for cryptocurrency. Anyway, my name's Susie, Crypto Granny on YouTube. Check that out. And my business is esoterictradingsolutions.com.au, and I do a podcast during the week, Monday through to Friday. Anyway, thanks very much for listening, and I'll talk to you soon. Thank you.